Hello Tubers. So for the last sort of look from Far Cry 3, I am going to do Citra, the sassy Citra. So I'm going to do the hair first, but I won't do that on camera, I'll do it off camera because you monsters, no one wants to see that. I'm just going to plait loads, put some extensions in and plait that as well. So I will get that done and then I'll come back and then we can get on with the rest of the face.
So I just used some white face paint to put onto the sides of my hair just to give it that shaven look a little bit easier, and that'll be it for the hair. And then I'm going to prime my skin before using a darker foundation what I would normally use and popping that all over my face, my chest, my neck and one of the arms, so I'm going to attempt a tattoo on my arm, or tattoo. Then I'm going to put the foundation in my hair as well just to help give it that more of a shaven look. It's not perfect, but care. Then with a paler foundation, I'm just highlighting areas to make my face look more like her face. And she's got a very sort of rounded forehead. Her cheeks seem to be more rounded as well and sort of full. But it's just sort of, I kept looking at the photos and sort of comparing where the highlight was on her face and transferring it onto my face. Then using a concealer, a similar skin tone to what I've used foundation wise, I'm just going to cover up the eyebrows. Then I can use some face paint to redraw on the eyebrows similar to what hers are like, shape wise and thickness wise, because they're thinner and slightly flatter than what my natural eyebrows are like. Then with a brown powder, I'm going to start contouring the face, and again this is just by looking at photos of her and sort of making the contours I see on her face in the photos and pictures of her, and do that exactly the same on my face. And her cheekbones seem to be lower down, like I said, her cheeks are more full, and then her jawline slightly different, so I'm just shading around my jawline to sort of give the illusion that it's more of the shape that hers is. And also moving on to the nose contours as well to give them the same similar shape to what Citra's are. And then using a black face paint, I'm just going to change the shape of my nostrils, and hers are a lot wider than mine and not so, mine are quite piggy looking, hers aren't as piggy looking. And then with the nostrils, I'm actually drawing them outside of my own natural nostrils just to make them appear a little bit wider. Giving her some shadow underneath her bottom lip to make the bottom lip appear much more full, and then elongating the actual mouth line because mine is very short. I'm just going to keep going over the nose until I'm happy with it, and this is just with eyeshadows and highlights and face paint. I'm always find it very hard to do noses, and it does take a fair few goes to get it right, but it's all about disguising your natural shape of your nose and creating the new one. Then with the same brown powder I used to contour, I'm just going to pop that all over my eyes and really smoke it out because she has very smoky eyes. And then with a black on the actual lids, I'm going to do the same, pop that all on and smoke it out nicely. Then I'm going to line the upper line and the waterline with a black eyeliner and just fill in the brows a tiny bit more just to deepen them a little bit more. Again, going back in the nose just to highlight a tiny bit more, just to perfect it a tiny bit more. I do this a lot when I'm doing faces because I keep sort of seeing things, wanting to change them, getting them a bit more perfect. Happy with the nose at last. And then she's got a little bit of a shimmer on her eyelids, and I was going to use a bit of Vaseline for this, but instead I just use a little bit of pale eyeshadow. I think I used a white. And then now moving on to the lips, I'm going to create her lip shape, which is a lot fuller than mine. So just with a nude pencil, I'm just going to copy the shape of her lips onto mine and overline them a lot, and then fill it all in. And then with a darker lip liner, I'm going to outline the lips and create the creases that she has and just sort of make them look a bit more realistic than just a plain flat colour. And then with a white eyeshadow, I'm just creating a little bit of a shine and a bit more dimension to the lips. So I'm just going to paint on her necklaces, but I'm not going to spend much time doing this. I'm just going to do it very roughly just to give the idea of what it would look like. And this is just her main neck piece. And then her tattoo on her chin as well. It's more of a henna tattoo because it's a pale brown, but I'm just copying the best picture I can of it and adding on her moles with a black face paint. Then I noticed she has very slight frown lines by her eyebrow, so I just did that with very pale eyeshadow. And then carried on with the body paint she seems to have. And then attempting, and it was so hard, the tattoo she's got on her side of her arm, and I didn't do it all properly anyway. Adding a few more highlights onto the face, just to finish off, and then that is the finished look.
I love you, Jessel. You are a warrior. Die a warrior. Right, so that is the final look. The jewellery's not right. This, I forgot that technology allows you to swip. Swip is, can we use swip now? Your camera, picture, whatever, the other side. So I struggled with my left hand, which I can't do, and I just gave up. But anyway, sorry, my dog's rolling something around on the floor. Presley, stop. And she went downstairs and turned the TV on, so you probably got that going on in the background as well. I don't know how she managed that. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you like, and subscribe if you like, and I will do some more game type transformation. Thank you. Look how pale my hand is compared to my face.